today I'm going to be showing you, well, shuttle development marks 1 through 8. Now, unfortunately, my save file with marks 1 through 6 got corrupted, so I'm going to have to build approximations of them for you. So I will get to that. So here's the what the Mark 1 looked like more or less. It's just rough approximations. Like, you know, I'm not going to rebuild the full thing. But, yeah. This is it. Sans, some ailerons, landing gear, that sort of thing. And a couple of engine nacelles. Anyway, so this, well, I mean, this came about basically because I looked at the space shuttle and I thought, you know what? I can do better than NASA. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I can't do better than NASA. They designed a pretty damn solid vehicle. But, yeah, so this was, well, I call it this cargo space plane, right? I tried to have 2 full-size bays, and yeah. Anyway, so the major problems with this design are A, it doesn't have enough power, and B, it had a tendency to disintegrate when it got close to orbit. Which, in case you don't know, is very annoying. Well, oh, and didn't have enough fuel either. Alright, moving on. Alright, so this would be the Mark II. I didn't change much, but so it way overextended the engines. I figured, you know, hey, maybe I can get more thrust or whatever, right? Oh, and I spammed intakes all over the body of this thing, right? This, well, probably would have been able to make it to orbit if I had more fuel reserves, but, A, it would run out of fuel, and B, the wings had a tendency, the front wings had a tendency to just disappear. I think they overheated when I got too high in the atmosphere, right? Couldn't get it up into orbit. Yeah. Alright. This is the Mark III, right? I attempted to use stuff that was a bit more heat resistant. This one actually had trouble getting off the runway, but when it was up, it stayed up. Very nearly made it. Realized at this point that there was no hope in hell of me ever getting into orbit with this configuration. So I made a major redesign. This is supposed to be level. know why it isn't. One moment. How odd. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so the previous configuration you saw, it uses the basically same engine configuration, the Mark IV. Now the Mark IV was actually able to get into orbit. Problem was, it couldn't get back down. I used up literally all of my fuel on its one and only flight. It got into orbit, ran out of fuel, getting into orbit. And I actually designed... No, I had to send up the Slim Shuttle from the catalog to go rescue them. Right, this one actually, I somehow managed to fix all the previous issues, so it worked out quite nicely. Alright, moving on. Alright, and this would be the Mark V. At this point, you'll notice this does not have nearly the engines to get into orbit on its own. That's because it didn't. It actually, I completely abandoned the SSTO concept at this point. And just went with a much simpler, well, actual shuttle design. Now you notice this looks much closer to the shuttle, albeit with a lot more wing area, and it did fly quite well. This was the first really successful shuttle in my program. With the booster, it actually got into orbit with very few difficulties. Right, and the range, whew. Well, I had drop tanks that I would attach. And the range allowed it to carry with the drop tanks, I could take it all the way to here, most of the way back with a 20-ton payload. Very impressive feat, actually, and I did do this. I had something there already that I was sending this was the rescue mission. I called it the Exodus Red. And yeah, it performed very admirably until it got back to Kerbin, and I realized I did not have nearly enough fuel left to decelerate. I tried to aero brake at over 3 kilometers per second. Most of it disintegrated. Somehow the main body survived, but without any wings and only nuclear engines that had no fuel. I was going to send up a rescue mission, but it was at this point that my save got corrupted. So, there. moving on. Show you the Mark 6. Oh, one other thing too. The Mark V had actually 2 things of monopropellant and 8 monoprop engines. No, 10 or 12 monopropellant engines around the back to help it achieve orbit. But yeah, I took the Mark V everywhere, actually. All around the Kerbin system, landed it on the Moon and Minmus. Not on the same mission. Although I probably had the feel for that. Yeah. Anywho. Alright, this would be the Mark 6. Brief foray back into the SSTO. This was on the old sail hull before it got corrupted. I wanted a successor. I think the wing was a little bigger than this, but it's the general shape of it. I strapped so many rapiers onto the back of this thing. I actually made a standardized nacelle to speed up the process. It was holy crap. Anyway, this one had the problem of, well, didn't really, oh, the PS4 can't run it. My PS4 can't run this. Couldn't run it, which is why I abandoned the idea. I could run it as long as there wasn't anything more complex than a decoupler and an orange fuel tank in the cargo bay. Speaking of which, this one is my only SSTO to ever pass the orange tank test. I'm kind of happy about that. It's very nice. Anyway, now onto the Mark 7, which I can actually just load up because, yeah, don't save. I have it. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, the Shuttle Mark 7. This I tried to make an SSTO, and it works. I can't pass the orange tank test though. Not enough power. But then, yeah. And then the rest of this video is actually going to be dedicated to the Mark 8. Specifically the development of the launch system for the Mark 8. So I'll actually briefly show off the Mark 8. So you can see it. I apologize, my mic's cutting out. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to show off the Mark 8 briefly before I start the rest of the video here. Okay, this is the Shuttle Mark 8. I have made some tweaks since this video goes up, so I will show those tweaks in a later video. But yeah, there it is. Alright. Now for the rest of the video, which happened a while back, so. Alright. actually, yeah, so I just need to build the launch vehicle. We'll build it around the shuttle instead of trying to build it and then put the shuttle on. Okay, open craft. Anyway, this is the new shuttle that I had to build. Okay. Well, it lands differently now. It can actually land on its tail. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see here. I can't enter a straight climb. I know it can't. Actually, I might be able to, considering the intakes I've stuck on. I've stuck what is it? 2? Yeah, plus the engine nacelle. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, anyway. So now I just need the structural. Yeah, structural. And then, where's the 2.75 to 2? There we are. Nose cone. I don't have to worry about thrust ratios here, so it's good. No, I am going to be needing. Where's the structural? I don't know where it is. No, it's in aerodynamics. Oh, there it is. No, I should be able to comfortably get into a 300-kilometer orbit with this. That's my goal. I always make the rocket bigger. I don't care. Just stick more fuel tanks on the top. ellipsis. That's not space. That's not even close. You dumb bitch. Okay, well then. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun. First launch was a success, more or less. I ran out of fuel on the way to orbit. So now I've got to land this thing. I still haven't been able to land it, so I'm a little terrified. So I could probably try and land it on the runway. Let's try that. It's supposed to. So. More fuel. I need more fuel. Well, maybe, right, I gotta move these. Considering I'm not planning on taking off with this, I can actually quite safely put the landing gear further back. These can go. There we go, thank you. Okay. then we have to take the wheels and move them back. So we'll turn on the snap again. Oh, hold on. I gotta deploy these now. Okay, start extended. There we go. Start extended. Okay, so that is now quite clearly. Oh, no, it's not. Shit, I gotta put larger landing gear on. Actually, no, I don't. To prevent damage to the. Yeah, no, fuck it. I'll just leave it like that. Be good, too. It'll actually help it land. It won't be able to take off again once it lands, but I don't really care about that. Okay, so now I can start this. Okay, so first off, more power. This, we're gonna slap a second full-size fuel tank on top of this bitch, right here. There we go. No, this does have crossfeed enabled, right? Oh no, enable crossfeed. Fuck me, I forgot to enable crossfeed. I'm a dumbass. That's why I ran out of fuel. Jesus. Still, either way, should be. Always remember your fuel flow overlay, kids. Always remember your fuel flow over. Fuel delivery overlay. There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay. So if I disable crossfeed, what happens if I disable crossfeed? Yeah, there we go. That's why it was not working. God. I'm such an idiot sometimes. There we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, so if I go with what fuel fuel quest overlay. So now it's getting shit from all of that. Okay, good. Oh my god, that's why I ran out of fuel. The shuttle's way lighter than the old one. It's longer. It's way longer. It's got 2 of those fuel tanks. 2 of those fuel tanks should have easily enough range to get out to Duna and back. Let's put a test payload in, eh? That's good. Well, we're gonna put in this decoupler here, and we're gonna have to disable easy shipping. Just try a light one for now. We'll go with 4.5. We'll go with 9 tons. 9-ton payload. That oughta do us. Nice. Good. Okay. Just a standard little orbital delivery, right? Get her into orbit. Decouple, and then actually we'll just do that. How about that? Uh-oh. Right? Yeah, okay. It stays. Okay, but I need to just center the fucker. There we go. Oh. There we go. Close. 9-ton payload. Okay. Save. Launch. Made any major change to the shuttle. gonna swap out the engines. Because I think I need to. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that real quick. Because I know for a fact those 3 in afterburner mode is more than enough to keep it going. Oh, is this even going to stay? Oh, fuck, this doesn't come close 60. Hold on, I might have to do some shit to fix this. Can this move down to the engine? No. Lose these. There's no point in keeping them. Where are my landing gear? Oh. Oh, they're still up here. Why are they still up here? I thought I moved you down. Oh my god. Erg, that pisses me off to no end. The fact that I didn't save all the way. Why would they do that? Just to save all the way just launches the previous version of the spacecraft. Like, what the hell? I don't want that. Fuck that. Okay, now. Auto strutted. Can I auto strut this? Hey, okay. Auto strut logged heaviest part. Okay, good. Good, okay. Whether or not I should put rapiers on. I don't know. Well, they don't have anything to run off of, so there's not much point. I wonder if I should put some... swap, like, that thing out for rocket fuel or something. So I wasted... I don't know. No, whatever I send out is gonna have to have its own fuel supply. Shit. That's looking good, actually. Staging still good? Staging still works. Hold on. I actually need to check the output. Oh fuck, not even a comparison. That's 4 times 1.5, 6 fuel per second. switch over to, but I have to put rocket fuel in that